everybody, and welcome into today's edition of the USA Weather Update from One Nation Weather. Let's go ahead and move on here and give you a look at what's going on here for the day today. You can see that we have a cold front associated with a low pressure system that is bringing rain all the way from the Great Lakes region all the way down into the Mississippi Valley. I think that's where the rain is going to be the heaviest today. Portions of Mississippi, South Arkansas, and then portions of Louisiana, where we could see an isolated severe storm as well, with maybe a 50-60 mile per hour wind gust and maybe even an isolated tornado. And in general, it's just going to be rain, maybe some thunder across this area with that isolated severe storm chance as we warm up in the east. And we've got the rain and mountain snow with our next system moving in the west as there's high pressure kind of behind that cold front briefly. The travel impacts for the day today look like this. Anywhere where you see the rain and maybe the storms, that's where we have travel impacts. Moderate down in those areas with a severe and heavy rain chance for the day today. And then also moderate back into portions of the west. Otherwise minor in any of the stretches of the rain. So New Year's plans for your New Year's Eve. This is in general for the day tomorrow. So this is like midday on your New Year's Eve. You could see that we were going to have some pretty considerable rain making its way in across the Carolinas, back through Tennessee and into Alabama and Georgia, with a slight severe chance along the Gulf Coast part of that. And we will have very heavy rain and snow with of course, the mountain snow in the west, as we'll kind of have the cold front fade away and it just turn into a new low pressure system with that system on the East Coast. So here's the travel impacts out of that, all the way up to New York. I think is where we're going to have travel impacts, especially later in the day. But down towards that southeast coast, Alabama, Georgia, the panhandle of Florida, that's where we'll have the more moderate travel impacts, major travel impacts in the mountains of California. So here's your firework forecast for New Year's Eve. Find your area, find the town closest to you, and get a look at your forecast. We've got drizzle and 60 degrees in Raleigh, working all the way up into the East Coast. We will have some showers as that new system will be, that old system that's kind of redeveloping will be moving up into the northeast, fading away from the Raleigh area. Looking nice at 73 with a few clouds, and Miami looking nice in New Orleans. And in fact, the only other spot with rain is going to be heavy rain in Salt Lake City, 39, St. Louis, 44, and right along the west coast we have a few showers in San Fran and LA with mid-50s. Here's a look at New Year's Day forecast. You could see there comes that system into the west. You could see some north side snow on that, as well as some snow in Arizona. Maybe an ice mix up there in portions of northern Maine out of the New Year's Day system. And that's going to be as that low pressure system fades away. There's the travel impacts out of that. You could see that we are going to see some pretty considerable impacts onto the travel here, especially as you head further back out towards the west. Nevada getting in on a lot of that travel impact kind of stuff. And we also have minor travel impacts around the Great Lakes and moderate up there where we see the ice in Maine.